Hey friends, Mrs. Keene here. So we just finished our text connections notes. You hopefully filled in the blanks with your teacher. So we have three types of text connections that we talked about: text to self, text to text, and text to world. So on the bottom of your notes page, we are going to do a practice. So we're going to go to the text connections with Stray. So we did read that short passage called Stray. The directions say, let's practice. What is one text connection you can make with the short story Stray? This can be text to self, text to text, or text to world. Below are sentence stems to help you write in a complete sentence. So the examples are: one text to self connection I have with Stray is that. One text-to-text connection I can make with Stray is that. One text-to-world connection I can make with Stray is that. So I provided you with some space to write down your connection. So I'm actually going to provide you examples of all three. So if you'll just pay attention, there's nothing for you to write. This is just for me to model how we would do that. So I'm going to use this sentence stem first, and I'm going to go ahead and write that one. So one text to self connection I have with Stray. We want to use the actual title of the text is that I had a dog growing up like the Lacey family. So remember that a text-to-self connection is when we have a connection with something that has happened in our lives to the text that we read. So that is an example. I used the sentence stem and then I made my personal connection. Okay, so I'm going to change colors here and we're going to do a text-to-text connection. I'm just going to skip a line down here. That way I can keep the different ones apart. So I'm going to say one text-to-text connection I can make with Stray is that the book The Honest Truth is also about a character that loves his dog. So that one's pretty long, but I want to explain it. So we use the sentence stem that I can make a connection with Stray with another book called The Honest Truth. I'm going to underline that because that's a book. Because both of them have the similarity of a main character having a dog or a pet. So that is a connection that those two types of text have. So for your example, is there a book, an article, a poem, a short story that you have read where a character or a situation that has happened in there is the same as one that happened in Stray? If you know of one and you know the text where you have it from, then you can use that. Now, here's the kicker. If you're like, oh man, I know I read this book and the character has a dog, but I can't think of the book title, unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough to make your connection. So maybe a text-to-text connection is not the type that you want to make. Okay? So we're going to do one more. I'm going to show you how to make a text-to-world example with Stray. I'm going to use purple. So again, going to use that sentence stem. One text-to-world connection I can make with Stray is that Texas experienced a massive snowstorm like the Lacey's did. So my text to world connection is, I know that it doesn't happen in every state, but Texas did, so something that happened out in the world, did experience a massive snowstorm just like the Lacey's did in the short story Stray. So that'd be a connection to something that's happened out in the world. So your directions are just to pick one type of connection to write about. You do not have to do all three. So pick one. Are you going to do a text to self connection, a text to text, or a text to world? If you still need help, feel free to reference back this video on how to make those types of connections with Stray.